Terence Crawford, he's too small and he'll lose to Canelo. Bob Arum goes against his former fighter, Terence Crawford, in favor of guess who? Payday, payday. You want payday? I know that. Canelo Alvarez. That's what I want to talk about in this video. Hit it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Gang, gang. Now, Bob Arum did a recent interview, and he talked about his former fighter, Bud Crawford. This has been a focal point of many boxing conversations. Crawford continues to call out Canelo Alvarez and also Jermell Charlo. Keep in mind, Canelo and Charlo are fighting in a few weeks, September 30th. Crawford wants a shot at the winner, and this is likely going to be at a higher weight than what he's at. Well, it'd have to be at a higher weight than 147, but I'm not sure if it'll be at 68. Depends on who wins and how. But Crawford's former promoter, Bob Arum of Top Rank, doesn't believe that that move would benefit Crawford and doesn't see Crawford as the victor. In fact, this is what he said, quote, "Well, you'd have to favor Canelo in that fight because he's the bigger, stronger guy. But we promoted so many Crawford fights and he is tremendous, a tremendous talent, so I wouldn't count Crawford out in any fight, although a big favorite is Canelo in that fight." So Bob Arum didn't necessarily bash Crawford, but he gave his opinion and said that he would have to favor Canelo Alvarez. Now, I have lost count at this point how many people have said that Canelo Alvarez would be too big and too strong for Terence Crawford. The biggest thing, my thing is this. I think it's a freak show fight. I think even the Jermell Charlo versus Canelo is a freak show fight. But being that Jermell Charlo is at 154 and has a big frame, I see it being a little bit less just because he's already at least a division closer to where Canelo, and he would only have to move up 14 pounds and 2 divisions instead of Terence Crawford, who hasn't so much as fought at 154 and he's at 147 and he started much lower, at lightweight or whatever, and he would be moving up and moving up. So many people have suggested this, and maybe this is what is fueling Bud Crawford. I'm starting to wonder though, because I'm not saying you should listen to the critics, people who are counting you out, but based on a lot of this comes from Crawford's team. Like Crawford's team and friend put out some recent tweets, and he basically said that Terence Crawford is hoping that Errol Spence doesn't take the rematch because it's a waste of time and a Canelo fight would be much bigger. He also put out some tweets where he says Bud doesn't care about getting credit anymore. He's looking for the bag, basically. He's trying to come up and trying to get cash. So I'm wondering if Bud is trying to crash out and cash out. What do I mean? I mean, if you do some freak show-ish, you have a built-in excuse. We all know that. So if you, some people want to say this is daring to be great, but if you go on a 4-lane freeway and you have flip-flops on, and you're playing in traffic and there's semis and cars and trucks driving by, that's not daring to be great. That's, it's daring to be stupid. So I don't agree with a lot of people that classify all these weird moves in boxing as daring to be great. You could do anything. To me, that's not necessarily nobility or bravery if you do something that is outlandish, like Kell Brook fighting Triple G. I mean, Golovkin, he literally had 20, 21 knockouts in a row, and you got this welterweight moving up 2 divisions to fight him at middleweight, and he has no time to acclimate. And people say, oh, he did good. He exposed Golovkin. Yeah, but his career was ruined after that moment, and he had a broken orbital, which is something he never faced when he was fighting people more his size. at that time, which are actual welterweights. I'm not saying that guys can't move up in weight. Absolutely they can, and they should. But I think the model citizen to me and the gold standard is Andre Ward. Andre Ward, SOG Ward, legendary fighter, went out on his own terms, went out like a legend, the way he came in, Olympic gold medalist, and that he did it the perfect way to me, because HBO, in my opinion, if they had their way, they wanted Dre to just move up and fight Kovalev immediately. But Andre Ward, he's an Olympian. He's a very intelligent guy. So I know him personally, you know, and at the end of the day, he's not going to be bullied into making a foolish decision. So he said, yeah, no problem. I'll fight Kovalev, but I'm going to move up, and I'm going to move up the right way by taking 2 tune-ups. So I commend that. He fought an undefeated puncher who was undefeated at the time, Sullivan Barrera, right? And then he fought against Alexander Brand. They sent some offers to some other guys. That's who he can get. And he, you know, an awkward kind of smaller guy. And he fought him. And then he fought Kovalev, which is how you do it. That's how you move up. And I suggest all fighters do that and move up in that way. But now we're getting to a point where you got YouTubers boxing and TikTokers and influencers boxing, and a lot of money in this new social media era to be made where you can make a lot of money on a given night, and especially in boxing. I don't know about UFC fighters, but definitely for boxers. So people are trying to almost bend the rules and do like freak show fights where you had legends like Roberto Duran who moved up in weight and did all this stuff, colossal stuff, but that's just because of his mentality. Now I'm starting to wonder if some people are doing it because they have a built-in excuse, and if they win, they'll be celebrated for doing something. Like Crawford, if he were to beat Canelo, right, he would be celebrated for doing something. Oh, he dared to be great, and oh my gosh, David versus Goliath. But at the end of the day, you also would make more money than you've ever made by fighting Canelo. Canelo's a big ticket and a big earner, so you would make all this money fighting Canelo Alvarez. And if you got pulverized and you got beat, then you could just fall back on, oh, I tried something, you know, I tried to set history, dared to be great. So I don't really like that. I don't really like these fights, these freak show fights. And I'm wondering if Terence Crawford is doing this because when you're moving up this drastic amount of weight, it really puts you in a good position because it's like a win-win for you and a lose-lose for the bigger person. It's like if a senior in high school fought a 6th grader, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the senior is supposed to be stronger, more developed as a man, and probably stronger than the 6th grader is. So if you beat up a 6th grader, you don't really get clout. But if you're a senior in high school and you beat up a 25-year-old man, okay, you like on some Mike Tyson stuff. You hard. You know what I mean? So I don't like the built-in excuse, and I don't think that's what boxing is. It looks like Crawford's trying to get a paycheck. A lot of people are doubting him. Maybe that's what motivates him. I don't know. But a lot of people are doubting him, saying Crawford is not big enough and Canelo is too strong, including his former promoter. But I've heard several fighters, Paulie Malignaggi, trainers, Crawford's old promoter, Bob Arum, they're all saying the same thing, that Canelo is too big and strong, you know? So I don't know. I'm not going to get too involved in it, like, and overthink it, because at the end of the day, September 30th is going to answer a lot of questions, and we first have to see how that plays out. Let me know how I did in this video. YouTube will now show you some of my other videos so you can get caught up on all your boxing news. So click on those videos, check out some of my other work, and subscribe to the channel. It's free. And I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks.
The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.
Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.